Okay, we're back! We're back, thankfully. This is going to be... I mean, my mic is on correctly. Okay, this is going to be Team 2 versus Team 4. We're going to have Boy coming out as Bonbon this time. This team isn't too bad. We do have a Professor, Antiquarian, and an Acrobat, alongside with Harsh being quite close nearby as well. Then there's an issue for this, right? So like this game will determine us if this is pre-patch or after patch, cause if there's more than one scale on the field, then it just means that it's a pre-patch. But I don't think it'll be a pre-patch, so we'll just have to see anyways. We'll just have to see anyways. But Boy coming out as Bomb here against this team comp, it shouldn't be too bad. You can chase after either Kuta or Silver's right here, the Professor or the Anti, of course. Both are pretty darn nice chases, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes from both sides right now. Now then, on towards the game we go. I'm gonna speed it up here a little bit. And let's see, we're gonna have Mono-chan coming out here, spawning by corner, spawning by top broken. We're gonna run straight towards Kutao. I think this is after patch. I see more than one scale on the field, but of course I could be wrong, so let's just observe this as the game goes on then, shall we? And then Boy is barely being able to see those footprints right there, sees that the Professor is actually right here right now, but meanwhile Professor is just kind of standing still, waiting to see that if this bomb is gonna re-loop him. But that's gonna be a first bomb placed down. Second bomb did not chain up properly, and the decoding progress is slowly but surely going up. But now the issue is I feel like Kuta kind of was found a little bit too early compared to normal. We should be able to get a normal chip right here, thankfully. And of course we did get our scale up as well, which kind of did force the double scale to be used right there. So no shell shock on Kuta's side. Vaulting over that window right there, you're taking the window speed boost. Against a Bonbon, this shouldn't be too bad. But also at the same time, it's kind of like against Boy's Hunter pool in general, as long as you run windows, you should be fine overall. You really should be fine overall. Now then, seeing that the 5-second bomb is nearby, that's going to be the first chip. We want to land a double chip right here. Fair enough, and that's going to be immediate down from the Professor side. This is pre-Professor nerfs patch, because we can see 3 skills on the ground. Yeah, we can see 3 skills on the ground. Now then, with the survivors being here now as well, we still do have 3 bombs on our hands, 3 stacks of bomb on our hands, and of course a remote control bomb here as well. All 3 Cipher machines are currently shaking. Sees that anti-currents in the middle as well. Probably getting rid of these pallets here would be the best choice, if you wouldn't mind me saying so myself, cause the worst comes to worst, the Professor actually gets towards middle and loops you here for a very long time. That's the worst thing that could happen to you, and for me, not preventing the worst thing that could happen is not a good sign. But that's going to be a double chip, and of course, a terror shock it after half rescue! No! Hey, do you see where Professor is? Blink there right here, but Professor's on your left and right hand side. Ah, gets another stun back right there, but it's okay. We have 3 bombs on our hands right now. Seems like he predicted that Kuta was actually going to run towards that window pallet, but there's no pallet there anymore because Boy did break that as well. Now then, 1 second. That's a... Ah, they didn't really chain bomb that one, but that successfully changed them with a remote control bomb right there. We are still trying to block as much as possible, but of course that is a very beautiful remote control bomb timed chip. So we'll be able to get the Professor on towards the chair immediately. For now, this is a guaranteed tie for Boy, for our Mono-chan right now. But it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything at all. Antiquarian was able to successfully heal up. Who again? Antiquarian was successfully being able to heal up Acrobat. But then, like, now we're thinking, would it be better for Boy to hit Antiquarian there instead for a double down and force him to heal? Or would it probably be better for him to blink a little bit earlier compared to usual right now, just to get the Professor down a little bit faster? But now then, going for the Antiquarian right here, who has less than half of her flu remaining on her hands. That's around 3 disarm lefts for her to use, as long as Antiquarian doesn't really use spin that much. But on towards the game we go. That is going to be a 2-second bomb drop down. Sees that we are successfully being able to kind of loop Anti there. That's going to be a chain bomb successfully registered on towards the Anti. But oh, that's a very nice, beautiful double chip. Antiquarian still does have spins on her hands. We didn't really get that chip bomb right there, but barely being able to miss that. And of course, the 5-second disarm coming in here immediately into effect. And now, of course, another chain bomb, well, remote control bomb coming out, and Anti is kind of dead in a situation right this. We're trying to double. Oh, barely. One more. Okay. Kind of mispredicted that one from Boy as well. More or less, he didn't really have a good angle, but for Antiquarian right here, she's more or less dead. But the Cipher machine is prime, so it doesn't really matter anymore after that. So there goes Auntie. Auntie still does have one more flute left on her hands. Even if it's only 1% flute, it's enough for a 6-second 5-6 second disarm, let's say. We're going to be able to turn near towards Red Carpet Gay. It's going to be Acrobat who pops the Cipher machine at heart, still having that tied for endgame. It seems like we want to play for the Force Rescue endgame. Is what I think, right? The Force Rescue endgame, but also at the same time right here, we were getting Acrobat to rescue, but now no one is actually oh wait, someone's going over to rescue right now. It seems like it will be... Okay, they're forcing Heart to use Tide, which is fine, I guess. If they force Heart to use Tide, it is what it is at the end of the day. And then Lon still being at the other side here as well, trying to play for Lon as possible. Well, I mean, it's in his name after all to contain for long. It'd be weird if he doesn't contain for long. Anyways, remote control palm still isn't ready up just yet, but being barely able to barely able to dodge that from Lon's side. Very nicely done, but it's going to be an immediate pop. That is a little bit of a premature. Oh no. Dungeon is nearby. Dungeon 70, 80, 1, 82, 83, 55, 90, 1, 2. Oh, GG's. Can we crawl in? Can we don't have flywheel. Okay, we don't have flywheel. We don't have flywheel. Okay, nice tie. Moving on to our second half we go. Okay, let's see. Second half, we're gonna have Son coming out as Bonbon again. Well, I mean, Son's main character usage is Bonbon after all, so that's highly understandable, let's say. But this is going to be almost the same team comp against Chuyu's Joker, right? So we're gonna have AK and Juan, of course. I think they switched this time. Because AK was the Embalmer the last time, but this time it's Juan, and then AK will decide to play forward for here. But last time Juan was the wildling, if it wasn't Ron as well. We're gonna have Zubi and Anako, the patient, and the professor. I guess overall, you probably should be playing Bonbon more, because I think in IVS it'll be Professor after nerf. So then, like, there won't be 3 scales on the field anymore, which is great, right? So then there's less chance of Bonbon being able to miss that normal hit, or just, you know, playing mind games around that normal hit because of the mini shell shock. But anyways, on towards the game we go. Juanjo will probably drop down that Coffin early before making any rash decisions on, you know, rotating, but we'll just have to see how this goes. Now then, on towards the game we go. So I'm spawning right by the chair in Graveyard. We will be going straight towards Juan here, who has immediately dropped down that Coffin as well, rushing out immediately towards middle. But then Zibi, this is, well, I mean, to be fair, any area with really high walls is the home of Patient, because you can just vault over it, and especially against Bombman as well, in which you don't have any movement speed to use for yourselves. It kind of is hard for you to be able to do much here, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now then, Zibi holding dash. Oh well, I guess he went through. He did held it well, but that's still a chip at the end of the day. There's nothing you can do about that. I think a double chip actually. Yay! That is really fast. That is actually really. That is a third chip right there. I think that is way too fast forward, pulling the ball right here. A little bit of a mini turnaround for a longer stun. Meanwhile, Patient putting quite a bit of a distance away here as well, as we do see. Now then, AK's main job here is to give Zibi the location of the Bonbon. But of course, AK doing a really good job right there as well. We do see that Zibi is going over towards Juan, seeing the face of the Patient right now. Embalmer most likely will get his Coffin up and ready to go. But for Zibi right here, his main plan, right? The main thing he has to do right here is to pull as far away as he can without getting chipped. The main thing is not getting chipped. But that is a very beautiful double lock. Very beautiful double lock, and we managed to put that down, of course. We're gonna not be able to blink down just yet, but what is on the Patient? The Coffin is on the Patient right now, which is brilliant. But he'll be chipped down though. The unfortunate part is he will be chipped down. We won't be rescuing, we won't be actually self-healing here. Ford's already making his way here, so we won't be self-healing. I don't think we will we? I think it's a bit close for self-healing. Oh no, we are going to self-rescue, never mind. A bit close for self-rescuing, but now Juan doesn't have any items to use on his hands, but still putting quite a bit distance away from this Cipher machine as well. Pretty darn nice, but like, looking at the machines here, it's not going to be enough for a tie, I feel, if we get the... Oh, Zibby dodging that bomb right there. Very successfully done. Taking that window speed boost right there. Missing the blink. Saw M! Saw M! The blink! But of course, this chip damage will be registered. Meanwhile, the remote control bomb is missed. Oh, no. Ay, 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 ay. That's gonna be no bombs on Saw M's side. We got a 5-second bomb ready to go as well, but... it's not gonna be enough from both sides. Did we get a hit over the window? We did get hit over the window, but who's nearby? AK is currently nearby. AK is definitely nearby, right behind that pillar, right there. Saw him realizing this as well. Meanwhile, still waiting. Ah, if there was a chair here, would have made it so easier, but we got a normal chip right there. Remote control chip is gonna come out in 3 seconds. But AK still playing around, still wanting to play around for a little bit longer. But most likely this will be a... Some will either have to drop down here. Yeah, some will have to drop down here and put down bombs. Just so they don't... yeah, just so forward doesn't really come. Just so forward really doesn't come. That's fine, I guess, but in a situation like this, you have to sell. I'd say in a situation like this, you will have to sell no matter what happens here. Huang He, on the other hand, is currently rotating Cipher machines. There are 2 Cipher machines near this area. So I think for them right now, their main issue is they need to open a completely new Cipher machine. And it does seem like Huang He realizes that as well. So to go for the tie here, we're going to play quite a bit of endgame. Forward being able to finish a Cipher machine, of course, there's only 1 full Cipher machine remaining. But Nanako also being in the nearby vicinities right now. Forward has to be very careful to not get chipped. That's 1 chain bomb dodge, but the remote control bomb is going to come out right here. Come out pretty darn soon. And there goes down forward. Okay. That's an issue. That's an issue right now. Who is the one who can come in to rescue? Huang He. But also at the same time, Nanako is... No, Nanako is going to be the one coming in instead. Huang will just finish the rest of his 2 Cipher machines. That's fair. That's fair, but this is a forward. Forward doesn't have any chair buff, so he'll just be like any average survivor that stays on chair for 60 seconds. The thing is, he does have balls as well, though, so there's no point in selling Juan. Not Juan, AK. There's no point in selling AK. Now the other issue is, where is Dungeon, I wonder. Dungeon's actually by 4th corner, surprisingly, but Sam didn't really see where Professor is right there as well. 68% Cipher machine, right after half. Right after half on AK side, but seeing from both parties right now, Juan's already putting quite a bit of distance. They're going to be healing the forward immediately, since this is a 4-man team as well. Comms do exist. Now then, so I'm still trying to find the Embalmer right now, but if you want to gain more for this, you're either... Ooh, that chip, thankfully. You're going to have to remote control blink down ASAP and then go out to look for more. That's the only way to do it right now. But Huang He taking dash immediate pallet boost as well. Sam realizes this. Okay, there is nothing on this Embalmer to use for endgame. As long as I just target him, this could potentially be a 3-man escape. Well, 3-man elimination, let's say. Remote control bomb. Successfully being able to choke all the points that's needed for Embalmer to go through. Now, what is still the main issue? The main issue is forward. I think it's actually forward. Because like forward still has more than half a ball remaining. So what survivors could plan on doing here for a 3-man endgame, when Embalmer is being chased without borrowed time, is forward does a normal stun and we pop the Cipher then. So then Embalmer can pull quite a bit of distance away. But that's only a suggestion after all. That is only a suggestion after all. Now then, TPing straight towards Nanako right here. Nanako, once again, the main priority here is to pull as much distance as possible away from the Professor. Well, away from this area. But, ooh, that's a very nice body block right there. But still a normal hit registered. They are opening a new Cipher machine in Carpish. But... well, I don't know how long. Nanako still does have flywheel! Ah, no flywheel coming out. That's a bit unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. And I feel like you can actually turn very closely towards red carpet right now, if I'm not wrong. I feel like forward will have the stun rescue. Is forward gonna stun rescue? Though that's the main question. I keep stuttering. Jesus. 7, 6, 5, 4, who is the main one. We're going for AK right now, who has been chaired once, but he still has more than half a ball remaining on his hands right now, so that's not really that much of a good sign as well. Tinnitus has dropped. I think he sees a Cipher machine shaking. Okay. Now then, what will be your main plan right now? So, AK rushing towards Sam right there, just a little bit too eagerly, of course. Dropping down that pallet right there because of Ford's own buff on himself as well when it comes to dropping down pallets because of athleticism. Can't say English. Can't say Chinese. And just be français. No, sorry. Okay, popping the Cipher immediately. Now then, with teleport on, and of course Ford with a quarter of a ball remaining. Well, a third of the ball remaining on his hands. Dungeon is actually in graveyard. Well, no, it's not. It's in 4 corner, but we're very closely towards the other side right now. Everyone trying to pull quite a bit of distance his way, but once again, Nanako is actually the one with flywheel here, so... Not it! But the exit gate is open. The exit gate is open. Cherry Nanako here will take around like 10 seconds. And then the gate is currently being opened right now. For Sam to walk to the other gate, it's going to take him more than like 20 seconds to reach there. So let's congratulate Team 2 and Team 4 for the tie for Game 1. Let's move on towards Game 2 then, shall we?